They hold on to win. There was some big plays. Looney, Dre, and of course Wiggins with the defense. On top of that, Steph Curry's three-pointer.
Definitely would have been a bad loss. I'm keep it real with you. It would have been a bad loss, especially being up 16 or however much they were in the fourth quarter. But they did a great job at the end when it mattered to stop Clarkson. You seen a total team defense right there on the last play. Clarkson 0 assists tonight. He had it going. They knew who was shooting that last shot, and they did a good job. Looney went down and verticality, it was a little bit of contact, but he's able to do that in a restricted area. So this is a great team win tonight.
And the Warriors built that 16-point lead by pressure defense, making Ingles and Royce O'Neal, with the absence of Mike Conley and Donovan Mitchell, their primary playmakers. So they did a great job defensively. And yeah, Utah got free, and Clarkson went crazy to get that game, to take the lead. But the Warriors, and Steph Curry mentioned in his post-game comments, they haven't had a game where they had the lead, lost it, and had to come back in this fashion. So it had a playoff atmosphere to it. This may be the first-round matchup, so I think the Warriors gained some confidence. I thought Utah played Steph really well. They were physical with him, made it hard for him, and he still had not only the game winner. What do you have, 37?
36.
Here we go again.
Game.
Great job defensively, 36.
Speaking of Steph Curry, let's look at some of the highlights from tonight. As you said, he only had 36. He only sank 3 threes. He was 3 of 13 from the three-point line, 11 of 25 overall. But look, he had 15 at the half. He got it rolling there in the third quarter. And then the biggest play of the game with the three-pointer there on the reload. Steph Curry, just magical. 37 30-point game of the season, 20 in the last 22. Steph Curry scored 30-plus.
Well, we just saw 5 clips. Here's number 6, okay? 5 of those 6 shots he made, there's 2 players contesting his shots.
Every time.
So the defense is doing a good job. It's just Steph Curry's too good. He's on such a roll. Just a dynamic scorer. This is just beautiful. After missing that open 3, to be able to relocate with poise and patience. And I think that poise and confidence and patience comes from, he knows the ball went from Kevon Looney to Draymond. It was like they were playing in the backyard. Nice little soft bounce pass. Right. Steph knocks it down, looks at Draymond, big smile.
And you see the score.
This is what we do.
This is what he does. 31.9 points per game, Darrell. And even in Utah did everything you can. What is Utah saying right now in the locker room as you see the most 30-point games by a player their 12th season or later? Who's that? Michael Jeffrey Jordan, 44. Number 2 on that list, he just surpassed Kobe Bryant. I mean, this guy's putting himself in categories of the top 10 players of all time, Darrell. This is incredible.
Because he is a top 10 player of all time. Ooh. Not surprised at all.
No doubt.
I like that. I like that spicy take.
Maybe more. That might be a little. That might be underestimated. It's all said and done.
Right. It's all said and done, man. Look at that.
Because there's more to come.
What is Utah saying in that locker room right now, holding Steph Curry to 36 points and making him work for it?
If I'm the Utah Jazz, I'm kind of satisfied with how we guarded Steph tonight. We were disciplined. Like Mully mentioned, it was 2 hands up all the time. He just made tough shots. Steph Curry makes tough shots. So you got to live with that. If they were letting them just run off from, run around like we see most nights, then you can, hold your head. But I thought the Utah Jazz did a great job defending them. Steph Curry did Steph Curry things tonight.
Could be a playoff preview here. Let's get to Kent Bazemore, because Kent Bazemore showed up in the second half, including that third quarter there. He finished the game with 19 points, 2 threes, had a nice bucket there in crunch time off the layup you see. And we'll get to the tweets that Bradley Beal sent out into the internet earlier today. I wonder if Kent Bazemore read those tweets at halftime, but he came out in the third quarter and he was smoking, Darrell.
I thought he played really well. He played a great game. He mixed it up. He shot the 3, and then he also got to the basket. When he's being aggressive, when he's being that other scorer for the Warriors, this is a good Warriors team. And I thought tonight he came out aggressive. He tried to do a great job on Clarkson. He made it hard on him. So another good game for Bazemore tonight.
Yeah, the 19 points, he shot 50% from the field. But I thought his defense, and I thought the defense was the key, because I thought the Warriors did a really good job of putting pressure on the ball handlers, whether it be Ingles or Royce O'Neal or Bogdanovich, making it tough for them. They defended him really well. And Kent Bazemore's length and athleticism, he has chase down blocks. So the points are really important. But I think his length and his athleticism defensively without Oubre is really important.
No doubt about that. He's playing well right now, especially after seeing OKC for 2 games. But Jordan Poole, back on March 14th against the Utah Jazz, he scored 18 off the bench, 6 of 11. Continued it. He felt comfortable tonight, 20 points, 6 for 11 again. And, of course, 4 threes there, Darrell. And he is seizing the opportunity, now getting minutes. He got 19 minutes tonight, and he made them count.
Jordan Poole understands how important his role is now. Coming off the bench, being that other scorer, especially with Oubre being out now, he has to pick up that load. So I thought Jordan Poole did a great job tonight. He was super efficient. Mully loves to mention about when he's just straight line, getting to a shot, getting to his spots. And I thought he did that tonight.
Well, you look at it, 20 points in 19 minutes. His efficiency's there. And although he didn't assist, he made no turnovers. So that tells me his shot selection is really good, his understanding and spacing. So I think he's just got a really good feel for his own game and how it fits into the structure of the team.
And how big is that half-court shot at the end of the third quarter? That's the difference in the game tonight.
Yeah.
Hits that half-court shot. Warriors win by 3 points here, but let's talk about Draymond Green, because we always talk about it. When he's aggressive, the Warriors are a different team. And he was aggressive in that first quarter, Darrell, 4-6 from the floor, 10 points. But it set the tone for the team as he went out there knowing that, hey, Steph Curry's going to be bottled up. They're going to suffocate him. Let me go get mine to help keep us in this game and get the flow rolling.
Set the tone early, Bonte, but we talked pregame what the keys of the game were. Come out with a playoff mindset, and that's what Draymond did. He knew how important his game was, and he knew what type of team he was going against. So he came out and did it on both ends. I thought he did a great job on defense and did a great job with setting the tone early tonight on offense.
He had 10 points in that first quarter. They ended that quarter with a lead, which they wouldn't have had without Draymond's aggressiveness offensively. And then his assist game. He had 10 assists, the most important stuff at the end of the game. But his ability, when you play 8 players and 5 are in double figures, the ball's moving, everyone's involved, and you become a much tougher team to defend.
No doubt about that. All-around solid game. They'll need that tomorrow as well. Offensively, defensively, everything going on for the Golden State Warriors. Also, Andrew Wiggins. Another solid performance from Andrew Wiggins. Tell me what you saw from Wiggs tonight.
Two-way Wiggs. You know, I thought he did a great job with guarding angles and making it hard on him, pressuring the basketball, using his length. So whenever he's, playing somebody on the defensive end pretty tough, he always finds a way on the offensive end to contribute as well.
Yeah, two-way Wiggs had a good game. He looked to me a little tired tonight. But offensively, he was solid. But again, when you need him most, who was guarding Jordan Clarkson on that last possession?
Yeah.
It was Andrew Wiggins' defense guarding the opposing team's best perimeter player. I love that play there. That was a one-handed offensive rebound by Draymond. Fired out for the 3 for Andrew Wiggins. So another winning performance by Andrew Wiggins.
8 deep the Warriors are, and Andrew Wiggins playing in every single game this season, 35 minutes in all. Yeah, the efficiency wasn't up there, but the winning plays there for Andrew Wiggins is huge for the Warriors, and they get a big-time win. 3 in a row for the Golden State Warriors as they start this 21 assists and 13 rebounds in a 1-point loss to the Atlanta Hawks, who's playing without Bradley Beal, who's out with a hamstring injury. Again, 21 assists tonight, 28 points and 13 rebounds. And you see the all-time leaders when it comes to career triple-doubles. Magic Johnson there, third place at 138. LeBron, 99. He'll get 100 at some point in his career. But congratulations to Russell Westbrook and Darrell Wright's former teammate down in high school down there in L.A., Russell Westbrook. Unbelievable feat here. Congrats to him on this big accomplishment.
Congrats to Russ, man. This is something we looked at years ago and said this would never be done. And for Russell Westbrook to go out there every single night and lead his team on both ends of the floor and contribute is super impressive. So I'm super proud of him. Russell would have turned to this superstar he's become. But like I said, I'm super proud of him.
He's a good listener, huh? You taught him well?
Yeah. A little bit.
Darrell didn't pass with the ball in high school, man.
I said earlier, relentless Russell Westbrook. I love his competitiveness, his drive, and his skill is unbelievable. But we saw on the board there Steph Curry in company with Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, and he passed Wilt Chamberlain for the all-time Warriors franchise scoring list. So that's incredible company. It's the same with Russell Westbrook passing Oscar Robertson, one of the iconic historic figures in the history of the NBA. the man that set the standard for triple-doubles before they were even keeping stats. So just congratulations to Russell Westbrook. I've got the utmost admiration, respect for him.
He's had some monster games recently as we look at the Warriors scoreboard. 21 assists tonight. Jeez, Westbrook, congrats again. As we look at the scoreboard, Curry with 36, Jordan Poole off the bench with 20, and the Warriors, more importantly, clinched his spot in the play-in tournament. Now, where do they line up? Do they line up at 8, 9, or 10? That will be determined over the next 3 games as they hold off the Utah Jazz tonight. They'll take on Phoenix tomorrow. Let's hear from Kerr on tonight's win over Utah.
We knew with the second opportunity that was going down. Tell us about that play, because Royce O'Neal had been all over you all night.
Yeah, they're a top 3 defense for a reason, and they make you work. And obviously down the fourth quarter, we kind of lost control of the game. Jordan Clarkson went crazy. We had some slip-ups on the defensive end. But for us to claw out of a situation like that, I don't remember the last time we've done that, where everything on the book said we were supposed to lose that game the way that the fourth quarter went, and we obviously got a great reload. I think Wiggs and Loon chased it down, threw it to Draymond. Me and him and our connection, he knew exactly where I was going to go and got it to me on time. And obviously we lived with that shot, and it was a big one.
What was your thought process throughout the whole game when they're sending 2 defenders at you? You've seen that before, but they were able to take your 3 ball away for the most part, so you're able to get by. Sometimes 2 defenders get to the floaters, get to the paint. It seemed like you were content to score that way.
Yeah, it's the adjustments from game to game. They're a very long team and a pretty physical big team, so when they decide to try to take something away, you got to do something different. Obviously, I got a decent amount of threes up, but the other stuff, trying to get in the paint, trying to make plays, getting into the paint and hitting the floater, all those type of things. Just try to soften them up a little bit, but they're a great defensive team and they make you work.
Now, Steph, your game winner will be replayed, but really it was Bazemore and Jordan Poole. You expect you and Draymond to be brilliant. You guys are Hall of Famers, but the other guys tonight, and Looney, double-digit rebounds again, it really was a team win all the way around.
Absolutely. We have, an 8-man rotation, and it's one of those situations that everybody knows their role, and when we play games like this where you need everybody to contribute, it's great for everybody to step up in their own way. So, we've been feeding off that energy for, these last couple of weeks since, we've been so thin. And it's a good vibe when you're going to get minutes. Everybody's confident they're going to get an opportunity. It's just a matter of what you do with it. So that's the NBA for you right there. You can never really predict what's about to happen.
How much is your team confidence building defensively? Because you guys are top 5 defensively for a reason, too, and you guys did a stellar job guarding their 3 ball. Obviously, Jordan Clarkson started going off there for a while, but the whole game, you guys really made it tough on him, really inside the paint and outside.
It's how we're going to win, causing chaos, using our speed, versatility, being able to switch things, and obviously Draymond doing what he does, leading the charge. But it's a huge opportunity for us to, like you said, build confidence to play in situation and hopefully a playoff series where no matter who's out there, we have a job to do on that end of the floor, and that fuels our offense because we're pushing in transition. We got shooters. I'm able to get the ball in transition and make plays, so it's a good thing going. Fourth quarter tonight, we got to tie that up and get a little better there. But like you said, we put together a good run on the defensive end.
All right, so Steph will go off with the silly one. You get the jump ball against Eric Favors, and Kalena says early in his career, Favors would have ripped the ball away from him. all that weight room.
That was all an effort to save a turnover. I lost my mind trying to go in the paint. As soon as he tied up, I wasn't going to let that one go because I need that turnover back.
Hey, I'm saying those are all the golfing muscles.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey,
nice.
Thanks for stopping, Steph. We appreciate it. Unbelievable win. And, by the way, don't rest too much. You got the Suns tomorrow.
Absolutely. Appreciate it, guys.
Yes, sir. Good work, brother.
That is Steph Curry with just another 30 for 30 game.
What do you think about your team's smarts and intensity at the finish to get this win?
Well, we competed like crazy. Obviously, Jordan Clarkson got going, and we couldn't stop him. He made some incredible shots, and obviously, put a big scare into us. But I love the way we competed. We let them out of the bag a little bit in the fourth with Clarkson getting going. All the fouling early in the quarter hurt us. But as I said, our guys stayed with it. Steph hit a huge three on a night where he really didn't have the three-point shot going, but shows you his confidence level and just how clutch he is. So hell of a win against, the team with the best record in the league.
Is this a sign of progress or maturity?
Well, I think the last few weeks have all, been a case of maturity and a team coming together and really, finding roles and so we've been in a nice little groove here the last few weeks, and this is one of our best wins given the quality of the competition.
Steve, Jordan Poole seems to really thrive playing against Utah. What do you see that they do on him that allows him to get going as he does against this team?
I don't know, Kendra. I just think that Jordan's, got a lot of ability, and tonight he was able to showcase that ability. Made some big shots. Really gave us the spark off the bench that is really what his role is. He's a good shooter, good playmaker, and when he's playing with Steph, he's going to have a lot of space out there because they're paying so much attention to Steph. And I thought he took advantage of that tonight.
Coach, Mark has clutch points. Two questions: Do Jordan Clarkson have more of a green light than Steph? And when a player has a green light like that, how difficult is it to guard?
Well, there's a reason, he's probably going to win Sixth Man of the Year. Nobody has a greener light than Steph. The difference is, tonight Steph had three guys on him all night, and Clarkson was more in single coverage. They put a lot of pressure on you because they can all shoot. That's what makes Utah who they are. I think they lead the league in three-pointers made and attempted, and because they've got Gobert rolling down the lane, it makes it very difficult to send a lot of bodies at one person. You got to stay home with a lot of shooters. So Clarkson took advantage of that. He was tremendous, made some big time shots, and almost carried them to the win, but we were able to hold them off.
Steve, when you when you see Draymond, sometimes he'll miss a shot and he'll throw his arms up, right? And you can see him kind of get frustrated. And other times he looks great at being aggressive. Have you ever do you have to talk to him about staying aggressive, or do you kind of just trust him to pick his spots and know when the moment is?
No, sometimes I'll talk to him about looking for a shot or staying aggressive. I think these last couple of weeks in particular, he's been very aggressive. I haven't had to say anything to him. I think this is the best he's felt about his game in all season. I think over the last month, his offense has really come around, and all season long he's been the defensive player of the year in my mind. So he's had a great year, but the offense has really picked up here over the last few weeks.
What do you think about Kevon Looney's unsung work, maybe on the boards and defensively?
That should be Kevon's nickname, is unsung. It's been unsung. At some point, we have to sing for him, I guess. He's been doing this for years. He's unappreciated because he doesn't do anything flashy. He doesn't score a lot, but he's been a mainstay for us defensively and as a screen setter, and just his awareness, his basketball awareness. He's always in the right spot. And this is probably the best stretch of rebounding games he's had in his career. He's really putting up big numbers on that end.
See, do you have time to enjoy this at all?
Yes, I'm going to go have a beer right now, honey.
and when do you start thinking about tomorrow?
Maybe on my second beer.
What do you think about the Suns?
Phoenix has had a phenomenal year. I'm really happy for them. Just knowing a lot of people who are in that organization, having worked there, it's been a long haul, but they've really built something special, and they've done it, from the ground up through the draft. And then, of course, making the trade for Chris really, kind of put them over the top. And so they've got a great team. They've beaten us pretty badly twice, so hopefully we can show a little better tomorrow.
Steve, what is it about?
Go ahead, Nick.
I got it. Obviously, Steph is Steph, and he's been rolling for a long time. But how important is it to have games like this where you get 4 to 5 starters in double figures, and Jordan shooting the way he is, that Steph doesn't have to carry everything all the time for the group offensively?
Yeah, it's huge when we can get a number of players scoring, because Steph draws so much attention. Guys are going to be open, and I thought everyone was really aggressive tonight. Bays was really looking for a shot. Jordan off the bench, as you mentioned. Draymond as well. So that's what we need. We can't expect Steph to carry us every night offensively.
Steve, you talked about how good Draymond has been down the stretch of the season. What is it about stakes in a season or a postseason that really gets him going? How have you seen that throughout your time with him? Well,
he's the ultimate competitor. He's the ultimate winner, and he thrives on competition. Draymond does not fare well in meaningless games. That's why last year was a struggle for him, and he would tell you that. He would admit it. The games didn't mean much, given all of our injuries and where we were. We weren't going anywhere. And this year has been so much fun for me as a coach to watch Draymond bounce back from last year. His leadership has been fantastic. His words in the locker room are so powerful. The guys have so much respect for him because they know what he's accomplished. And to me, this has been one of his best seasons. I know he's been an all-star and defensive player of the year and all that, but given our team and Draymond's position with the team and the talent that we've lost over the years, to me, this is one of the best seasons of Draymond's career.
Good. All right, that was Steve.
From the field. This would come despite Jordan Clarkson's 41 on 16 of 33. Channing, the super duper green light you're referring to?
Super duper green light. I think this is a great game. I think the game last night between the Suns and the Lakers and this game, you're seeing teams are starting to rev up and do their real playoff defenses. And for Utah, I was a little worried about them, but they battled back and Jordan got hot. But for the Golden State Warriors, this is a big win for them, right? Beating the team that's been the best team in NBA for 90% of the year, it's a big win.
Right. Did you gain any insight, Brendan, into what could be a first-round matchup?
I didn't gain that much insight from Utah's perspective because they're going to look a lot better with Donovan Mitchell, obviously. But I like the way this team fought. They were down double digits in the fourth quarter. They could have obviously given up or said, hey, we're going to get it the next night. They didn't. They kept grinding. They had a great chance to win this game with Jordan Clarkson playing excellent basketball down the stretch.
Let's take a look at how this game ended because it was an unbelievable one. Here, Jordan Clarkson.
Clarkson again.
Shimmy. Eyeball sandwich.
Again.
In your face, Betty's more.
For him tonight.
I got a feeling Bradley Beal liked that shot.
Come on, man.
Always trying to stir stuff up. Steph Curry missing here, but then making it from here.
And that's why I think Utah's dangerous because Gobert has tendencies that require their backcourt to be perfect.
Right.
He has to be up. Who's he guarding? You ain't trying to get a rebound.
There's not many that can guard Steph Curry when he's having fun like that.
No. I just think that's what I'm saying. He can't be guarded one-on-one. So at the end of the day, you need help. And right there, the next guy up was Gobert.
He smiles like that. There's, Draymond with the rebound here and the timeout.
Heads up.
The last play here, though, with Utah down by 3. Look at the defense.
That's great defense.
I don't think Wiggins gets enough credit for how good his defense has got this year. Like, it's very underrated. He'll get you your 12 to 25, but he's guarding your best players. At the end of the game, Jordan was, barbecuing Kent Bazemore for a little bit. When Wiggins started guarding him, I think he had missed his last
get Brendan back on that.
Yeah.
Again, as I mentioned, the last play here with Utah down by 3. Jordan with the attempt from the corner. Ball is called in the Warriors' favor with 1/10 of a second to go. And they win. Take a look at the final scoreboard. Again, other contributors apart from the big scorers in Jordan Clarkson and Steph Curry in this one with 41 and 36 respectively. Bogdanović with 27 in this one for the Jazz, who come up short. But let's hear from Steph Curry.
Mr. Curry, the second reload three off the Looney rebound. You had a great little smile after that went in. You make those like breathing. We knew with the second opportunity that was going down. Tell us about that play, because Royce O'Neal had been all over you all night.
Yeah, they're a top 3 defense for a reason, and they make you work. And obviously down the fourth quarter, we kind of lost control of the game. Jordan Clarkson went crazy. We had some slip-ups on the defensive end. But for us to claw out of a situation like that, I don't remember the last time we've done that, where everything on the book said we were supposed to lose that game the way that the fourth quarter went, and we obviously got a great reload. I think Wiggs and Loon chased it down, threw it to Draymond, me and him and our connection. He knew exactly where I was going to go and got it to me on time. And obviously we lived with that shot, and it was a big one.
What was your thought process throughout the whole game when they're sending 2 defenders at you? You've seen that before, but they were able to take your 3 ball away for the most part, so you're able to get by sometimes 2 defenders, get to the floaters, get to the paint. It seemed like you were content to score that way.
Yeah, it's the adjustments from game to game. They're a very long team and a pretty physical big team, so when they decide to try to take something away, you got to do something different. Obviously, I got a decent amount of threes up, but the other stuff, trying to get in the paint, trying to make plays, getting into the paint and hitting the floater, all those type of things, just try to soften them up a little bit. But they're a great defensive team, and they make you work.
Now, Steph, your game winner will be replayed, but really it was Bazemore and Jordan Poole. You expect you and Draymond to be brilliant. You guys are Hall of Famers, but the other guys tonight, and Looney double-digit rebounds again, it really was a team win all the way around.
Absolutely. I mean, we have an 8-man rotation, and it's one of those situations that everybody knows their role. And when we play games like this, where you need everybody to contribute, it's great for everybody to step up in their own way. So, we've been feeding off that energy for these last couple of weeks since we've been so thin, and it's a good vibe when you're going to get minutes. Everybody's confident they're going to get an opportunity. It's just a matter of what you do with it. So that's the NBA for you right there. You can never really predict what's about to happen.
How much is your team confidence building defensively? Because you guys are top 5 defensively for a reason, too, and you guys did a stellar job guarding their 3 ball. Obviously, Jordan Clarkson started going off there for a while, but the whole game, you guys really made it tough on him, really inside the paint and outside.
It's how we're going to win, causing chaos, using our speed, versatility, being able to switch things, and obviously Draymond doing what he does, leading the charge. But it's a huge opportunity for us to, like you said, build confidence to play in situation and hopefully a playoff series where no matter who's out there, we have a job to do on that end of the floor, and that fuels our offense because we're pushing in transition. We got shooters. I'm able to get the ball in transition and make plays. So it's a good thing going. Fourth quarter tonight, we got to tie that up and get a little better there. But like you said, we put together a good run on the defensive end.
All right, so Steph will go off with a silly one. You get the jump ball against Eric Favors, and Kalena says early in his career, Favors would have ripped the ball away from him. All that weight room work and those biceps, he said Steph tied him up and forced the jump ball.
Yeah, you're swole now, bro.
You guys know that was all an effort to save a turnover. I lost my mind trying to go in the paint. And as soon as he tied up, I wasn't going to let that one go because I need that turnover back.
Hey, I'm saying those are all the golfing muscles.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Hey, nice. Thanks for stopping, Steph. We appreciate it. Unbelievable win. And, oh, by the way, don't rest too much. You got the Suns tomorrow.
Absolutely. Appreciate it, guys.
Yes, sir.
Shot chart presented by Mountain Dew. He dropped 36 in this one. This, of course, from Steph and Curry. Only 3 for 13 from beyond the arc. Did Channing hit the one that mattered the most, though?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You got to be perfect when you play them, right? And if anybody on that team, he's the last person. Even if you got a triple team, give up a layup. But give them credit, man. The Utah Jazz did a good job of forcing him to the paint. He took that in the first half. He continued to shoot. He continued to dish. And the biggest thing for me is the other guys on this team who stepped up big time for them. For me, this is going to sound weird. Stylistically, I don't think the Golden State Warriors switching is a good matchup versus Utah Jazz. So for me, I think that's something that everyone else, within the Western Conference is looking at, because the Utah Jazz only had like 11 or 12 assists tonight, when usually they lead that. So for me, that was the biggest thing. It was Steph is Steph, and he's going to do whatever he does. But defensively, I was extremely impressed of how they shut it down.
And good for you gaining some lost ground with Warriors fans on Twitter.
Yeah, right. They hate me.
They're much due credit. Brendan, I want to ask you more about Steph, though, because he's leading the league in scoring. He's leading the league in three-pointers made. How do you describe what he's done, what he's doing for this team that he's trying to push to and through the playoffs?
This is arguably Steph's best season. Now, I know he had the year where he was the unanimous MVP, but that team was built differently. That team was built for more success. That team, there was so much more spacing when you looked at guys like Klay Thompson, Harrison Barnes on that team, and he was playing with a lot of guys that were used to that system. This year, you have everybody's dealing with the COVID-shortened season, but there wasn't a lot of time in training camp. There's not a lot of practice time. So these guys that they have are learning the system on the fly, and Steph is still thriving. The shooting is not the same. Teams are doubling and tripling teaming Steph the same way Utah did tonight, but he still finds a way to lead this league in scoring. Has this team in the playoffs as of today. So what Steph is doing is tremendous, and he's just showing people that forgotten how great he was, who he really is. Steph said it best. I don't have a lot to prove. I just have some more to accomplish.
That's right. I did ask Brendan, and I want to ask you about just insight that you gained as far as a potential first-round matchup. Now, you discussed their stylistic matchup with the Utah Jazz. Who do you think would potentially be the most favorable matchup for the Warriors?
I just think the Golden State Warriors have been beat up with obviously injuries and things like that. I think also Utah tonight was missing two of their key ball handlers, right? Mike Conley and Donovan Mitchell, which completely changes the game. But defensively, what Golden State was trying to do was limit their assists. They said two guys can't beat our whole team. And it's true, right? They gave up that lead because Jordan got scolding hibachi hot. Right? But you would take your chances, though, and you would take your chances. I can't remember the last time Steph went 3 for 11 or 3 for 10, whatever he was tonight. So for me, if teams that have more of a bench, and Golden State only played 8 people, so they must have got tired at the end.
Right.
So for me, think about the other teams that are going to be a little bit more, not in shape, but a little bit more energetic, that are going to be a little bit bigger, that are going to be able to limit goals, that are going to make sure that Jordan Clarkson is under control and shoots a bad percentage. And then, you're going to take your chances.
The other late game has now wrapped up as well. The Portland Trailblazers actually starting with a franchise record with 50 points in the first quarter, and that game is now finished as they beat the Houston Rockets 140-129. Damian Lillard with 34 points on 11 of 20 from the field. CJ McCollum added 28. And to Norman Powell. Here's the updated standings in the Western Conference. Of course, the top 4 seeds have already locked in a playoff berth, and the top 6 are the only guaranteed to be in the playoffs anyway. This one's looking pretty fun, Brendan.
Yeah, listen, we're starting to see how things are shaping up. I think the Utah Jazz really would have loved to get this win tonight, because the difference between number 1 and 2 this year is great. Because if you're number 1, okay, you might get the Warriors or somebody like that, but man, oh man, you would hate to see the Lakers in that play-in game if you're number 2. So I know there's the whole, play-in tournament, but we feel like the Lakers will have a good shot to still be the 7th seed. If you're the Phoenix Suns, things can get a little dicey. If your reward for being the second best team in the league this year is LeBron James in the first round.
Well, any ground you gained, Channing, Warriors fans on Twitter, Brendan just made sure to crush any of that goodwill. All right, we've got more highlights on this 6-game Monday night coming up. After the break, stay with us.
You're watching Game Time.